Hey guys, Zerkaa here, and today I've got something a little bit different for you. Not really different in the sense of YouTube, but just different from my channel. And it's been something that's been requested a lot of times, and in the past it was requested quite a lot when I used to stream and stuff. And this is my Brazilian team that I use in Ultimate Team, pretty much my only team that I actually ever use in Ultimate Team as well. And I think it's finally got to a stage where I'm actually fully happy with it. I don't really think I could change anything. Obviously, you can always make adjustments to any team you ever make. But this is a team I'm very much happy with. And I showed a similar team earlier on in FIFA. I made a video about that as well. But obviously, there's been a lot of adjustments since then, and a lot of things have changed. So I'm going to start off straight away, and obviously going to make a more detailed version of that one, actually, because I wasn't really detailed back then. I didn't really cover many actual facts about the players. I'm going to start off, we've got Diego Alves in goal, who plays for Valencia, and his best stats, obviously, 91 diving and his 90 reflexes, you can see in that bottom left-hand corner there. He values at around 2,400, and any prices that I say throughout this video will be from footwiz.com, so I don't know if I'm assuming that's reliable. It's the site that I use for anything Ultimate Team related anyway. And I have him purely because I used to have Joe Hart here, and I don't know, Joe Hart, everyone always used to say he was OP, but he just never seemed to be OP for me. Anytime anyone ever shot against me, it just went in. And any time I ever play against a Joe Hart, it just seems to go in all the time. So I was very confused, and ever since I've used Diego Alves, that kind of issue has been cleared up. And I actually discarded Joe Hart on a stream, so that's why I haven't got him anymore. We're now going to go from left to right in all our positions here. So left centre back, we have Dede, best stats, 81 pace and his 81 defending. And he values at around 2,600. He plays in the Brazilian league for a team called Vasco da Gama. Pretty strange team to be honest, but he's probably one of the better centre backs in the game. And now we're going to move straight into the centre-back position, and we have Thiago Silva. Now, Thiago Silva is probably one of the most expensive players in this team. Values at around 143,000, again, according to footwiz.com. And his best stats are his 82 pace and his 88 defending. And he's pretty one of the newest add-ins to the team. I used to have the David Luiz here. But obviously, as you can see, above that I have another David Luiz there, so that I had to switch it around in order to cater for that. Now, Thiago Silva is probably one of the best actual defenders in the game, both on stats-wise and just actually playing with him. He's actually crazy. I didn't think he'd be that good. I just thought he'd be an overpriced, like someone who was just really overpriced, but he really has been worth it. But obviously, again, he's a very expensive defender, so unless you have the coins, there's a lot of many other players that I could suggest for you, such as Naldo, obviously David Luiz himself. Obviously, if you can't afford 147,000, that is 143,000 even, because that is quite a lot of coins. Now going to move into the right centre back position. We have Felipe Santana, best stats of 81 pace and his 84 heading. Now that 84 heading comes in handy so much, especially for corners, both defending and attacking them. The amount of goals that he's picked up for me, I think he's picked up like 10 goals for me. Obviously that's not that many, but that's in about 60 games, so still not too bad for a defender to be scoring that many goals, especially in a 3-5-2 formation. So for a defender scoring that many goals, obviously they are all from corners, so I assume they are from corners. I can't actually have that as full evidence, but obviously he plays for Borussia Dortmund in the German league. And we're now going to move into our left centre defensive mid, and we have Ramirez. Now Ramirez, probably one of my favourite players in Ultimate Team, and I think he was last year as well. I don't know what it is about him. He just seems to be really good for me. I don't know if anyone else experiences this either. Maybe he just suits my playstyle. Maybe just suits the way, I don't know, maybe just suits how I don't know. He just seems to, whenever I get the ball with him, I always feel very comfortable, both defending and attacking. His best stats, 88 pace and his 82 dribbling. Obviously, the 88 pace is going to be very handy in getting back defensively and getting attack. So obviously, he can go and attack, and he can come back and get back in position using that pace. We're now going to move on to our right defensive mid, and we have David Luiz, obviously, and now he is the informed David Luiz, the 80 rated one, the CDM one, and he has 79 pace and 80 defending. Now his stats, to be honest, he has got a good card, but his stats aren't even that good. But I was very sceptical about him when I first got him, because as much as he, obviously the initial centre back card is really good, I always was like, is he really going to be? Is this player going to be really worth 80? He's worth 89,000. Is he really going to be worth that much? And again, maybe not, but he has been very effective for me since I've signed him. Not as effective as the actual centre back card. But obviously he's in a completely different position. And the thing with David Luiz that you always used to love is the fact that you always used to just manage to be there every time in defence and getting the ball out and making every last ditch tackle. Where in CDM he obviously can't do those things, but he does get back a lot. And obviously with Ramirez seems to attack a lot more, and David Luiz likes to sit back a bit more. And it works out pretty well for my team. And obviously David Luiz also has 3-star skills, and he also has a good shot. I think that David Luiz has always had a good shot, and I don't think his stats actually. He got 71 shooting. I don't know if those stats are actually good enough to actually show what the shot's like. Sometimes you get players where their shot's amazing, but their stat doesn't seem to always add up to seem the same as their actual shot themselves. So I used to score a lot of goals with the centre-back David Luiz. I haven't really scored that many with him, but I know that his shot is a bit lethal at times. If you connect it right and you get a right amount of space and you shoot with him, you can get some nice long-range goals with him. So we're now going to move into the more expensive part of the team, that is the attack, and we're going to start off with the left mid, Neymar. Obviously everyone knows who Neymar is. He plays for Santos and is valued currently around 120,000 coins, has 91 pace and 91 dribbling, with 5-star skills and a 4-star weak foot. Probably an amazing player. As soon as you get him on the ball, his dribbling is amazing. That 91 dribbling really does show, and especially with that 91 pace, you can just skip past anyone down the wing, especially in this nice 3-5-2 formation. You can really get down and you can really do some serious damage to a lot of teams, unless they have 5 at the back, that is. If you come against anyone, especially if you come against someone else with a 3 at the back team, you have Neymar at the back, you can get right behind their defence and put in nice crosses for your attackers. And if you have someone good at attacking, you can whip in a very dangerous ball. And we're now going to move again across, and we're going to go to Carlos Eduardo. Now, Carlos Eduardo is someone who is very cheap. He's valued at 1,600 coins. And there is a certain replacement that I have for him, which I will cover later in the video. And you'll see, if any of you guys watch any compilations or any kind of those kind of videos, you'll know that he is someone who is used a ton. And you'll see him score a lot of goals. If you want to watch KSI's top 5 goals of the week, he will be a person who will feature in that almost every week. And I don't know what it is about him. His stats, yeah, they're good. I mean, he has 83 pace, 86 dribbling, 5-star skills, and a 3-star weak foot. He's just one of those players where, like, stats just don't seem to be everything in this game sometimes. Sometimes stats aren't the be-all, end-all. Like, one of the players where, even though his stats aren't that good, he seems to play like a player who has stats that are amazing. And it's obviously, that's what people used to always use Basilvas back in the day, and he's one of those players that is very much like one of those Basilvas. Yes, he has a gold card, yes, he is still 80 rated, that is still a good rating, but he hasn't got any stand-out stats that are just like, wow, he has this stat, this is really good. But regardless, now I'm going to move on to our right mid there, and it is Kelvin, who, oh my god, I'm switching him around, what am I doing here? Going to move on to our right mid here, who is Kelvin. He plays for Porto, has 84 pace and 84 dribbling, and again, 5-star skills like Neymar on the left-hand side. Obviously, he has pretty much exactly the same stats as, that's the wrong thing to say. He's basically the silver version of Neymar. Neymar has 91 pace and 91 dribbling. Kelvin has 84 pace and 84 dribbling. So it's just it's basically a bit of a worse version of Neymar, but still a very good player, and again a 5-star skiller. And we love those 5-star skillers in our team. Even though I don't use skills as much anymore as I used to use them all the time. But it's always nice to have a player who does a lot of skills, because you have that agile ability to just to always whip out a skill when you need to. Sometimes in those situations you need a skill to get past someone, and having a 5-star skiller is good because you have that in your locker. And Kelvin is valued at around 39,000. Again, I've got a replacement for him that I will show you a bit later in the video. Again, now going to move on to our strikers, and obviously we have Wellington up front, who plays for Spartak Moscow. He has 92 pace and 79 shooting. He's actually scored 78 goals for me in 100 games. He has a 4-star weak foot and 4-star skills, and he's only worth 2,100 coins. And he's an absolute steal at that price. I guess it's just because he plays for Spartak Moscow. So he fits into any Brazilian side very well. Very pacey player. That 92 pace really does show. You can just beat defences like just so easily with that 92 pace. And then his shooting, 79 shooting, it really is tank. I mean, you get some free space of him, you hit it, and it goes flying, and it is mental. And he probably is one of my favourite players, actually, in favourite strikers, let's say, in his ultimate team this year. And then we're going to move on to Wallison, who is a silver card, plays for Cruzeiro, is worth 134,000 coins. Another very expensive striker, has 88 pace, 5-star skills, and he actually has 60 goals for me in 40 games, and is a 3-star weak foot as well. So he does score a lot more goals than Wellington, like goals per game wise, but he's just, I don't know, he has 88 pace, it's very good. Again, he has that 5-star skills, which really does come in handy, but he isn't, like, he has a very hefty price tag for a player like him, but still, I do really like him. I've loved him in many other FIFAs as well. But 134,000, again, it's someone who hasn't got a lot of expendable coins. It probably isn't the most suited player, and I'll show you some better replacements for you right now. So now we're going to go into our subs bench, and I do switch these around a lot. So we're going to start off with Elkerson, and Elkerson is basically the cheaper version of Wallison, but he's actually a gold card as well. You can see, I'll show his stats from this way. He has 5-star skills and a 4-star weak foot, and he has scored 43 goals in the 58 games that he's actually played. So again, pretty good player. As I said, he's a cheaper version. I don't actually know how much he actually goes for, but I know he's probably under the 2,000 coin mark. We're now going to look at our replacement for Kelvin, Maicon Liete, a pretty expensive player. Again, probably over 100,000. I bought him for 80,000, as you can see, and I haven't played him that much. He's got 5-star skills again and at 90 pace. He's a bit faster, or a lot faster than Kelvin. 6 pace faster than Kelvin. But as I said, I do seem to prefer Kelvin for some reason over him. I'm not really sure why though. I think Kelvin seems to play a bit better for me. Obviously, it's going to be personal preference. We're now going to move on to Ronaldinho, the inform card of him anyway. And it's weird. I do prefer Carlos Eduardo over him. I don't know why. I haven't really used him that much. I've used him against friends a lot, and since I bought him, I don't think I've actually used him at all. Yeah, I haven't used him at all. So that's not really. I can't really give a good enough example for you. But you can see he's done well for other people. He's got 5-star skills, 4-star weak foot, 87 passing, 90 dribbling, and 82 shooting. So stats could be really handy. But as you see, I bought him for 165,000 coins, and according to footwiz.com, he is currently valued at around 200,000 coins, so he is very expensive. So as a Carlos Eduardo, you can actually get over 100 Carlos Eduardos for the price of Ronaldinho. So I mean, I would definitely suggest getting Carlos Eduardo over him, unless you obviously have the amount of coins to be able to get these kind of players. Now look at another replacement for Neymar, which I rarely use, is Robinho, and obviously everyone knows who Robinho is. Plays for AC Milan, 88 pace, 5-star skills, a very good player. But obviously Neymar is a better option. But again, Neymar is the more expensive option. I'm now going to look at, again, another striker here. And we've got Pato. Everyone knows who Pato is. Again, an AC Milan player, 89 pace. Has 4-star skills this year. And I used to love him in previous FIFAs. I used to love his using his finesse. But obviously, they've kind of patched the finesse quite badly. So he's not as effective this year. I haven't really got around to using him. I haven't really got around to grips of using him that much. I only played him for one game, but I've used him in other teams. And he doesn't really seem to be that good for me, not going to lie. We're now going to look at a silver replacement for the centre attacking mid place, and that is Jar or Yaya, not really sure how to pronounce it. And he hasn't played that many games for me, but he's still done pretty well. He's a 5-star skiller, and he hasn't got any notable stats, to be honest. I mean, there's not really any stats there that are very notable for me to tell you, but he is a very good player, and I was suggested to me by lots of people in the streams I used to do. Now we're going to move on to a very sweaty option. Doesn't really fit into any of the team. He's Nigerian, and he's been featured in many people's videos, and that is Emenike. Now, there's a reason why I have him. As much as he is a beast, and obviously JJ has covered that a lot of times, he fits in perfectly with Wellington, because they both play for Spartak Moscow, and I was so shocked when I found this out. I didn't actually know that Emenike actually played for Spartak Moscow until I actually looked at him when I tried to sign him. So Emenike and Wellington up front is just dirty. So whenever I'm losing and I want to go a bit sweat mode, I whip out the Emenike, put Emenike and Wellington up front together. Obviously, Emenike's got 90 pace. He hasn't got the skills, I guess, but he has got the strength and stuff, and he's just crazy. So Emenike and Wellington up front is a really deadly combo. And that is pretty much it for my team. If you want to see me doing more squad builders, then leave a comment and leave a like, and tell me you want to see some more. I haven't really done many before. I haven't actually purposely built a squad for a video before. So it'd be interesting for me to try and do maybe something new for me to try out. But you want me to see that, then please leave a like, as I said, and I shall see you guys soon. Goodbye.